Let's get it.
It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. And as always, I'm so glad to see it. It's so good to be in the land of the living once again. Living and breathing, what they say, living and moving and having our being in the Most High. And we can't take these days for granted, nor that we're living in this great time we're living in. As it says in Esther, such a time as this. And that's very important that we mention that, because just like with the story of Esther, we too need a way of escape. Hallelujah. That's a good idea. I hadn't even thought about Esther's story. But we'll go with Esther's story today for our thought of today. So first we'll read over the scripts the Most High gave me. And it's 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. It says, no temptation has overtaken you except such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will also make the way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. And I just wanted to say right there, just as the Most High was dealing with me about this text this morning, he was letting me know that the temptation is not always like it sounds. Like a temptation to do some evil. And it is, but it goes deeper than that. Because what temptation is mostly, it's mostly being tempted to not believe the Most High, to not trust Him. And that's what causes us to sin. We don't trust what He's told us in His Word about that situation. So we're tempted to not believe Him, which it says in the text, faith is the only thing that pleases Him. Folks believing in Him, that He is as a Elohim, as the Elohim, and that He is a rewarder of those that diligently seek Him. And see, that's where the reward comes, when we diligently seek Him for the means of escape. When we diligently seek Him for the way out of our trouble. And then I was reminded of this thought, and this is really where we was heading towards, but I'll just give a brief summary of the story since my aunt brought it out so well last evening, of Moray Dwayne Harris. And you can watch it on his YouTube channel, Biblical Hebrew Awakening. He had a late night study, late night study for us on the East Coast, but he's on the West Coast. Pardon me. And he went over 2 Chronicles 20, and basically it's the story of Hezekiah being surrounded by his enemies, and the Most High delivering him out of his troubles. And what happened was a priest called the whole tribe of Israel together, where he sent out the word, and it was Jehaziel, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benaniah, the son of Jael, the son of Mattaniah, a Levite of the sons of Asaph. And it says that the Spirit of the Most High, or the Ruach of the Most High, came over him and he was in the midst of the congregation. But he said, "Hearken ye all Judah, and all ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and King Jehoshaphat, or Jehoshaphat. Thus says the Most High your Elohim, be not afraid, nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but Yahuwah's." And it goes on to tell them what they need to do. And Jehoshaphat, he rose up early that next morning and he encouraged the people. He said, "Hear me, O Judah, and you inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in the Most High your Elohim, Yahuwah. So shall you be established. Believe his prophets, so shall you prosper." And the story goes on to say that I'm sure by the leading of the Most High, Jehoshaphat appointed singers that they should praise the beauty of holiness as they went out before the army. They sung praises to the Most High. And see, all this shows the way of escape. All of this shows the way of escape. See, Jehoshaphat, he listened to the prophets. See, first he put the prayer out to the Most High and reminded the Most High of who he was and what he had done for his children in the past and what he promised to do when we call on him, when we gather together and call on him, rather. Pardon me, which is so important because it's just like when they was in the upper room, they was on one accord. But Jehoshaphat called a fast also. He was reminded of, he was reminded of Saul's mistake of jumping out there on his own and trying to do on his own and getting slaughtered, as opposed of following David's example and listening to the seer or listening to the prophet of that time. So he prayed, he did his part, then he fell back, and then the Most High could send his prophet. Because Jehoshaphat could have jumped out there and sent his army all kinds of ways, but it was an impossible battle, and he knew it. So he did what we all need to do. As I said in a recording before, we need to do what we supposed to do at that time, and that's call on the Most High. I forget the exact way I worded it, but basically we need to fall back and pray. But yeah, this is so timely, seeing that our people are facing a situation just as Esther and her household and her people was facing, our ancestors. Slaughter, annihilation. But her uncle told her that she needed to stand up, since she was in the house, the king's house, that she was in the king's house for a reason, and that she could have been born for such a time as this to make a change for her people. So she went on and followed his command and called a fast also, and the Most High moved on their behalf. And I'm going to keep this thought simple and short today. But I did want to touch back on that script. The Most High always makes a way of escape with the temptation. So when we're tempted with anything, that's how Satan throwing his best at us to to make us slip up. But it says in the script, with the temptation, the Most High will make a means of escape. And see, I wanted to touch back on that script also in 2 Chronicles, because it shows how the Most High, with the temptation, he made a means of escape. See, what happened was the people that was coming after the children of Israel, they started fighting against each other. As soon as the singers started singing, it says in the text that the Most High sent an ambush out. Let me read over that. So that's important. So what looks like it's going to destroy us is actually going to help us and destroy itself. It says, and when he had consulted with the people, he appointed singers unto the Most High, and that should praise the beauty of holiness as they went out before the army, and to say, praise the Most High, for his mercy endureth forever. And here it goes. And when they began to sing and to praise, the Most High set ambushes against the children of Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, which were come against Judah, and they were smitten. And right there in the next verse, it says that the Moabites, let's read over that again. It says that the Moabites and the Ammon, the children of Ammon, they attacked Mount Seir and took them out, and then they turned on each other and took each other out. And then it also goes on to say that after that, the children of Israel were collecting the spoils for the next 3 days. And then they went back to the temple and celebrated on the 4th day. Which I'm sure it lined up to be the Sabbath day. Because see, that's how perfect our Most High Elohim is. He's perfect in all his ways. But we got to continue to trust the Most High. I was watching that broadcast last night, and one of the sisters mentioned, she said we have to trust the Most High when we don't know what to do. And yes, that's in the text. It's there in 2 Chronicles 20. But she brought it out, and it really touched my heart, because she said we have to trust the Most High when we ourselves don't physically know what to do. And we physically can't do anything to save our family. And see, that's what's at our hearts. A lot of us, we're parents and grandparents and siblings and children of parents. We have aunts and uncles and cousins that we want to go into the kingdom, that we want to accept the Most High and his will for their lives. But we can't make them. And it seems like we're combing through naps. You know how you comb your hair and it's hard to comb through? Snap, crackle, and pop. That's what I'm talking about. But we have to continue to trust the Most High, that even in our struggles, what seems to be a struggle, he's going to make a way of escape. And the final script I want to read over is, and I was looking for that, it came to my mind. We went over it yesterday in yesterday's study, and that's why I went in here and was going back. And I think it was Psalms 46. Yep, and it's the first verse. Yahuwah is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. I said yesterday that he, at times he's silent, but he's never missing in action. And see, we can count on that. Like the old saying goes, we can take that to the bank. But all praises to the Most High. We're gonna jump up and get on this bike. Most High willing to get us 7 or more miles in. But as always, stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.
And yes, indeed, it pays to listen to the Most High. And let his Ruach speak to you, your spirit, and guide you into all truth. See, the thing about it is, us humans, we don't know all the truth. However, the text says after that the Ruach HaKodesh come upon you, you shall receive power. And look at that, fam. I was just talking about getting 10.2 miles to make up for yesterday's 9.25. And wouldn't you know it, we ended up with 12.25 just by making an attempt to do greater than not only yesterday but the day before. And at the same time, to finish strong for the week, we did an average last week of 10 miles per day, with having like 8.5 one day, and then 9, almost 10 a day, and then well over 10 the other 3 days. So all praises to the Most High. We're set right now where we stand to make over 10 a day. Not only an average of 10, but an average of probably like 10.5 per day. And this is just coming from us upping our ante, or should we say our goal, from 5 miles to 7 miles. Because whenever we give ourselves a goal, we trying to overdo that goal naturally. Because we're the type of individuals that train to do better than we did before. I don't see my step counter. That's a little Aggie. Yeah, he ain't been working today for some odd reason. That looked like it fixed it. But all praises, we got 12.25 miles today. Just on the bike. And I'm sure we did a mile and a half walking today. So we ain't lagging by no means. But yeah, I just wanted to come back and say, the Most High will make a way for you. And when that sister said that he will make a way, just like our brothers and sisters, our ancestors said, we don't know what way to go. Hasatan is a lie. Here goes some old doctors trying to bribe me with a case study for something the Most High has already healed me of. But in order to get the money, you gotta say that what you was healed of is still an issue. And you know what I say to that. Keep your money. Keep your case study. And shove it. All the way. Okay, stay up. As always, I love y'all. Stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.